This video will cover the second type of SAT problem that we've worked on about finding the average of numbers. The question states, the average of 5 numbers is 18. If the average of 4 of those numbers is 16, what is the fifth number? Now, in order to do this problem, we need to refresh ourselves on how to find the average of a set of numbers. So, for example, if you want to find the average of the numbers 2, 3, and 5, we would have to find what the sum of those three numbers is. So what 2 plus 3 plus 5 is, and divided by 3 because we have three numbers. So that leads us to the general formula to find the average of a set of numbers. The average is always equal to the sum of the numbers divided by the number of numbers. So in the example we looked at, we found the sum of 2, 3, and 5, and we divided by 3 because we have three numbers. Now, step 1 of this question states, write the equation for the average of the larger amount of numbers. Let A be the sum of the numbers, solve the equation for A. So this step is referring to this first sentence in the question. Now, if we were to write down what we know from this, along with letting A be the sum, we could say that the sum is equal to A. The number of numbers is 5 because it says right there that we have 5 numbers. So we know we have 5 numbers. And the average is 18. So we can use this to fill it into the general formula. So we would fill it in, so it's 18 equals the sum, which is A, over 5 for 5 numbers. Now, in order to solve for A, we have to get rid of this 5 out of the denominator. In order to do that, we're going to multiply both sides by 5. So A would be equal to, because this 5 cancels out, so A is equal to 5 times 18, which is equal to 90. Now, step 2 states, write the equation for the average with one less number. Let B be the sum of the numbers, solve the equation for B. So we're doing the same thing for B. Now, this is referring to this part of the question. The average of 4 of those numbers is 16. Now, if we write down what we know, again, step 2 provides that we're going to let B equal the sum. So the sum is B. The question states that we have 4 numbers, and the average is 16. Again, just like we did for step 1, we're going to fill it into the general formula. So the average is 16 equals the sum, which is B, over the number of numbers, which is 4. Again, to solve for B, we're going to have to get rid of that 4 out of the denominator. So since B is dividing by 4, we're going to do the opposite operation with multiplication. So we'd multiply both sides by 4. This 4 would cancel out. So B is equal to 16 times 4, which is equal to 64. Now, the question is asking what is the fifth number. A gives us the sum of 5 numbers, and B gives us the sum of 4 of those numbers. Now, in order to determine that fifth number, we can take the sum of the 5 numbers and subtract the sum of the 4 numbers, and that whatever is left over is that fifth number. So that means we need to complete what is A minus B. So if we substitute, 90 minus 64 would be equal to 26. So this is the answer to your question. The fifth number of this situation is 26.